You've grown in becoming more independent and making good decisions, and we love you for that.
Your confidence in yourself when you were a freshman. I remember you left your lunch in my car on the first day of school, and at the end of the day you said you hadn't had lunch, and I said, if you left it in the car, why didn't you tell me? And you said you didn't want to walk past the seniors to ask me if you could get into the car to get your lunch. And I was just thinking about that story again this week, because I think that little boy with the crooked glasses who was nervous about walking through the senior hallway is one of those seniors now. And being confident about who you are is something that I've enjoyed watching develop over the last 4 years.
You have started to stand up for yourself more. You've decided to not be a follower as much, but become more of a leader.
Connor, you have grown so much the last 4 years. I've seen it with school, with your intellect, and even more so with your spiritual life.
You have always been, it seems like, a mature kid with all that you've gone through. But this year is the first time I've seen you start to express your spiritual life.
I remember when we lived on Jamestown, you would go and grab a shovel and you would you would shovel the driveway without us. Your mom wouldn't ask you, I wouldn't ask you, you just would, and your brothers and sister would go out with you and shovel the driveway, and you still have that same work ethic. It's obviously evolved and grown, and in many ways now we see the types of coursework that you're taking in high school, and you challenge yourself with hard courses. Rather than taking easy courses, you're really pushing yourself, and you do so well academically.
In your maturity level, as far as yourself and also your spiritual maturity as well. Meeting kids early in the morning, at night, not because you feel that you have to, but you want to, and that impresses me extremely.
We've seen Leah grow in spiritual devotions and daily walk with God and how she conducts herself.
We've watched you grow from a timid freshman who worried about going into high school and the friend groups that you would find. 4 years later, you're no longer that timid girl. You are confident, full of God's grace and mercy towards others, and have a wonderful friend group.
We've seen your desire to learn more and to learn more from others, and that desire to grow that relationship with God in the last 4 years tremendously, and we're so proud of that.
You are very goal-oriented, you're independent and confident.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed too, is her confidence every year goes further and further.
And how God has shaped your life through difficulties and through moments of things that you treasure, deciding to have profession of faith and do that on your own, and also just times to look ahead in the future and where you're going to be at Cornerstone. I'm just so excited because you've gone through these 4 years. You've been shaped by God. He's got special things He's put you through, and He's got special plans for you. And yeah, it's just amazing to see how He's prepared you and how you've grown.
To see you make the decision to make profession of faith without us coming to you and pushing you to do that type of thing, and that was your own decision. So that's one way that we're very proud of you.
I've seen you grow as a hard worker, whether it's school or running or work, you always do whatever the job you're given, you do it well.
You ask to find ways to serve at church, serving in Kids Rock, wanting to use gifts that God has given you for others is a way that I've seen you grow.
I think I've seen you take more and more responsibility for your own actions. I think you've been doing your homework on your own and trying to do well in school. And when you shoveled snow, you did such a great job getting there every day, whether it was cold or early or late, and getting that job done. I thought that was really neat.
Very responsible, Corey.
In your faith, and it is specific to, you went to youth group as a freshman because I told you you had to. and you enjoyed it. It was fun. You loved your leaders. And through these last 4 years, you have grown to come because you wanted to be there. It was important to you, and I've seen your faith grow specifically in that way that it became real to you over these last 4 years. It has been so fun to watch you change and find things that have become important to you.
We would bring you to church on Sundays, and you would stay after for Sunday school, and you would learn about Zacchaeus and Christmas and Easter and all of those things, which is wonderful. But now I'm seeing that you actually carry out and apply those things, those lessons that you've learned from way back when in Sunday school, and it's made you the person who you are today. I've seen you grow into a wonderful Christian, and my prayer is certainly that you continue to evolve and grow and keep pursuing those things that have an eternal benefit.
Your connection with other people, you're not hesitant to connect with people that other people might not connect with, and your willingness to listen and be kind is something that I enjoy. Even on the days when I've had a hard day and I feel like I've done poorly with parenting, I have loved to see your kindness and forgiveness, even toward me as a parent. It's something that I treasure, which is why I sometimes make you hug me when you don't want me to hug you.
It really matters to you to give people the time that they deserve, and you have a heart for what people need. You're loyal to your friends, you're loyal to us, and that makes me very proud. You've grown that way.
You're easygoing. You go with the flow, and you don't seem to fight things too much. I mean, you accept what God sends your way, and you make the best of it. And I think you've grown in that respect. I also think, though, that you've learned a little bit to express your feelings. When things are getting tough, you'll talk about it. And I like that too, and I like to see that growth in you.
You have grown into a thoughtful, caring person who likes to make sure that everyone is included, and I admire that about you. You're such a good leader in the way that you organize all the things in your life, whether it's school, sports, family, fun things with friends. You love to be organized, get everybody organized, and get everybody together, and your leadership in that as an 8 is amazing, and I treasure that about you.
Aaliyah, I've seen you grow in your faith. You've really made it your own. You have, you take your own time to do devotions. You have become so confident in yourself, and you're good with that. You're just very, very confident. Kind of a cool way that I've seen you grow, and that just comes with adulthood too, is from just my daughter to my friend. And that has been very, very fun for me since I only have one daughter. That's a very, very fun relationship.
You don't tell us a lot about what you're thinking, but I can tell you think about things, and that's very good. You don't like talking about yourself. You don't like talking about others, for sure, which I think is a good quality in some ways. If I was your friend, I would never be afraid of being thrown under the bus by you, because you're not going to do that with other people.
Your confidence over the past 4 years has increased tenfold. You went into high school as a young little girl, and you've grown into a mature, confident young woman. I couldn't be prouder of you than that. And how you will tell us about your faith in God, and you're not afraid of that.
And I've seen you reflect on other people and what they've gone through, and you've shown empathy for them. But for me, the biggest thing is just hearing you talk about your spiritual life with God and how that's really come a long way.
As you've grown into a big brother, you've helped teach your siblings and your cousins like how to fish and how to mow the lawn, how to use a chainsaw. So as a big brother, you've taken things you've learned, and then you've taught your brothers and your cousins. You've grown, and you do things for others too, even without us asking you to.
From your academic successes to friendships to your faith, you just continue to grow daily. You have become extremely determined to work hard at your schoolwork, determined to be a great friend to everyone, and determined to make your faith your own.
This year I've seen you lean into your going to church by singing and praising the Lord, and by your taking notes during church so that you can fully understand the sermon. I just think that is a real maturity aspect of you that has grown.
You are content with who you are as well. You're okay sitting home and just hanging out with us, and that means a lot to both of us too.